Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Legend of Korra Season 2, Episode 10. Today I'm gonna watch other episodes of another show, of Death Note, but The Legend of Korra normally I'm gonna watch only one. It's a complicated day, I have a lot of stuff to do because of the fact that yesterday I couldn't do anything because I had a migraine during all of the day. So that's it. Today I have the stuff that I was supposed to do yesterday and the stuff that I'm supposed to do today to do. So normally it's gonna be a short intro and a short review. Do you think that it's gonna happen? I edited the last episode, and I want to come back not to the last episode, the episode 9, we were back with Korra, we were back with our guys, Mako trying to convince Asami and Bolin but not succeeding, maybe Asami adopting of Mako, was he lying to her or not, was he betraying her or not. Again, if the girl is switching, I'm not gonna blame her. They treated her so bad during the season 1. She stayed with them. She was so classy, so brave, so clever. During this season, she lost everything. The only thing that she had into her life, it was this business that she was trying to get back to life, and even that, she doesn't have it anymore. She lost everything. She saw someone that she loved doing something good to her. But Mako, I'm not sure of what he's doing with Asami. Does he have feelings for her or not? I'm not sure of it. Again, he was with Korra. They broke up, but we know that they are still meant to be together, that they still have feelings for each other. So Mako, I'm not sure of what he's doing. Really, Asami, I won't blame her if she will switch. If you remember all of what happened to her, all of the persons who betrayed her, all of the persons who mistreated her, she has a right to do something bad, at some point, to do something wrong, maybe to switch to... She's lost. I don't want to talk about that. And we have Korra also, who went to the spirit world with Jinora. That's gonna be so great. We're gonna have that during this episode, I really think so. I'm afraid of it a little for Jinora because I think that they're gonna meet Unalaq, maybe they're gonna talk with Vaatu also, and Jinora, she's just a kid, so I'm a little afraid for her. Okay, I didn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the 2 episodes before that I loved so much. I knew that I was enjoying the time that I had watching them. I knew that I loved them at the end of this episode, but I saw even more during the editing how much, because I was glad to rewatch again this episode, I was glad to be back again into it. I was reacting like it was the first time that I was watching them, the first Avatar. We know now the story of the first Avatar. We know now how was the world before the Avatar. We know now how was created this world. Lion Turtles, what was their war at the beginning, and protecting humans, with the cities, but also giving them the power of elements. And we know now that the first Avatar began by having the fire power, and the Fire Nation was the first one to be created. And then he had the other powers, and he became the Avatar by merging with Rava. I still think, that it's not like the Avatar is Rava or Rava is into the Avatar. For me, it's really more like the Avatar is protecting Rava, the Avatar is keeping Rava safe, the Avatar is the protector of the light of the world. I really love this idea, but it's Rava who is taking all of his memory and all of his mind when the avatar is dying and is going in another body. And again, a lot of things seem so logical when I'm seeing them like that. Like all of this reincarnation situation, all of these things with the past lives, with the avatar being the one who can bring balance to the world and all. Just this word balance, the balance between Rava and Vatu, it's for that, and I really love that. I really loved One also. His character was so interesting. His development, even if it was only during 2 episodes, was so great. And all of this story, it didn't feel like a fairy tale. It felt more like something biblical, mystic, you know, a story that we're not supposed to know, a story that is explaining a lot more about the world, how it is. It's really like someone is turning the light on things that we have and we never questioned. I don't know how to say it in another way. I think that it's my favorite episodes of The Legend of Korra, Season 2 and Season 1 included. In a weird way, because you know, at the end of the Season 1 I was so emotional because I love these characters, I love this show, I love these stories, and all of what was happening was so good and so well done, and really, yes, I was emotional. But these 2 episodes, I love them so much, but into my head, I don't consider them in fact as episodes of The Legend of Korra. For me, The Legend of Korra, it's with the characters of The Legend of Korra. So these 2 episodes, I'm not considering them as episodes of The Legend of Korra. For me, they are a little spin-off of 2 episodes that we had about One. But yes, they were so great. And sometimes, you know, I'm thinking of it when I'm thinking of Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. I'm always having that thought for One now. One. I love that also. That little wink. Okay, it's gonna surprise you because I'm gonna stop this intro right now. For you it's maybe not a short one, but if you are there since a long time, you know that for me it's a short one. If you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have the episodes earlier. Earlier, it's 2 weeks sooner now, if I remember my schedule correctly, and with an extended or full reaction part. For the last episode it was the extended reaction part, but for the 2 before that, you know, the ones about One, it was the full reaction part. Let's go for this episode 10.
They won't have their banding in there. They'll be defenseless.
Without their banding, but Unalaq, he had his banding.
Hold on!
Stay with
Hey! Which way you going, you giant clod? I'm the Avatar. Not impressed.
Korra, stay calm. Your energy is upsetting them.
What did you do? Hello. Hello. Can we be friends?
Furryfoot? Is that you?
He's bigger.
It's Wan Shi Tong's spirit library.
No way.
You two look lost. Maybe I can help you. I was good friends with Avatar and
Iroh.
Hello, Korra.
He always had this connection with the spirit world. He's into the spirit world. It's Iroh. He looks older, but he looks the same. I don't have the time. the spirit world. You're gonna help Cora.
You came just in time.
Oh.
We're having a little tea party.
A tea party?
It was yours long, long ago. You were Avatar 1. You used it to carry the light spirit Rava around. You make tea in it. You can still taste a little light in every cup.
It's Iroh. Iroh is right there. The library.
You came with the Avatar, hmm? Well, why didn't you say so?
Come on, Fredfoot, we gotta hurry.
They say that the game of Aisho was invented by the spirits. But time does not mean much to us here.
How long have
To
you been
us.
I had always enjoyed the company of the spirits. So when my work was done,
You have such a beautiful house.
I chose to leave my body behind. It can be a wonderful place, and I've made so many friends.
You need to save the spirits, Cora. You need to save Iroh. He can't become a dark spirit. He can't.
No, it's not okay. Shinora's gone and I need to find her.
Oh.
Look at what you're doing to everyone. Your emotions become your reality, especially for the Avatar.
Uh-huh.
Just try to stay positive.
Okay, but can it help at some point?
You'll find that if you look for the light, you can often find it. But if you look for the dark, that is all you will ever see.
Iroh back and he's making that kind of speeches. I can't
Why
take
did she
it.
come out like the sun?
Is to help someone else. This little fellow needs to go home as well.
Oh.
There, at the top of High Rio Peak.
Okay. She's just a kid. Did you see that she...
But as long as the portals are closed during the harmonic convergence, Vachu will remain imprisoned and the battle between good and evil will not be fought again. During the harmonic convergence, this energy will be great enough to allow Vachu to break free from his bonds. We have to warn Korra.
Leaving so soon. With one she
You're walking with Unalaq? What kind of spirit are you?
How can you be helping him?
Unalaq has proven to be a true friend, unlike the Avatar.
Why would you want to help Vachu escape?
You know nothing.
Everything.
You who know everything.
Why don't you come with me?
Oh!
For it fun?
We're gonna say goodbye to Iroh again?
This is something that you must do on your own. The people who have been coming to the spirit world lately have brought darkness, but you have light and peace inside of you.
Why are you doing that to me? Giving back Iroh to me to take it back.
When you first met him, you were frightened. And does he seem scary to you now? Many things
And he's a kid.
in the dark.
Like you are right now. Maybe he's gonna grow up like you.
It was good to meet you. Come visit me again, in this life or the next.
Time for you to go home.
Why did you do that to me? Hello, the three ugly of you.
It's okay. You can be my friends.
You're bringing the light with you, Cora. Spirits are nice. Oh. I said it! You were up together.
Alright, now let's close that portal and go find Jinora.
So you've returned, Rama. The harmonic convergence is coming soon. I'm going to wipe you out for good.
No.
I think you said that before.
You might want to reconsider. That is, if you want to save your friend.
How dare you?
Jinora!
I said that I was afraid for her.
I can't believe I trusted you.
You'll open the other portal now.
Don't do it, Korra!
are you doing to this girl?
What will it be?
So...
Stop! I'll do it.
No, 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 no. How can you be sure that they're gonna release Gina Raw? I wouldn't trust the guy. It's because of the fact that he came with the portal. Okay. I knew it that they were not gonna release her. The dragon. No. It can't be.
Did you manage to close the portal? Was Janora able to help you?
Oh.
Tenzin, I'm sorry.
Cora, what happened to my little girl?
This episode, you know, it's really a roller coaster for me. It was so good, so great, so beautiful, all of this place, Iroh being there, still alive, you know, having a life, a tea shop in the spirit world. So good, so great. Unexpected, it scared me, but in a good way. The end. Jinora is kidnapped by Unalaq. They are forcing Korra to open the portal. They are not releasing Jinora. And I have my appointment in less than 10 minutes. So it means that I need to finish this review in less than 8 minutes. It's a fun appointment. Iroh. I didn't know that we were gonna see him again for sure. I really erased that thought when we began The Legend of Korra. It was already the case because I really thought that we were not gonna see any of our old guys into it. That was a surprise when we had Katara on screen and all. You were there, you saw my reactions during the first episode. But after that, Katara, she said that all of her friends were dead, so I was like, okay, we're not gonna see Aang, Zuko, all of them because they're dead. And that's okay. After that, we had all of the flashbacks and the flashback episode. It killed me. But, you know, with this season, which was about the spirits and in which we didn't have any flashback about our own guys, it was not a part of the story, it was not something important for the story. I was like, okay, that's it. That's the end. We're not gonna have anything about our old guys if it's not being with their descendants, and that's why we discovered more about Kia, about Bumi and all. But really, for me, that was all of what they could do with our old guys. For me, they did it during season 1, creating an all new story about them old, but with Korra discovering it through the flashbacks. That's it, that was all. Iroh, for me, really, it was a closed case, you know, like, that was the end. He was right there. To the spirit world. He always had this connection with the spirit world, you know, he could see the dragons and all. He said it, he left his body to go to the spirit world when his time came. He has a tea shop in the spirit world. I know that it's not the tea shop, but he was taking tea with his friends in the spirit world. His house is so good. Oh, I want to go in vacation into his house. He's helping Cora. Cora as a kid is helping her with new speeches, good speeches that he can do, that he's used to do. And after that we're saying goodbye to him again. I swear, Cora, you have to come back to meet Iroh again. I want to see him. In each season now, I want to see Iroh. And you have to save this place, all of the spirits, because it means that now Iroh is one of the spirits, at least is living right there, so it means that what is gonna happen right there is gonna impact him, can transform him. Never. I can never see Iroh turning into a dark spirit or something like that. No. Unless you want to kill me, you're not gonna do that. She has a friend, a dragon friend now, Cora. That's good. Of course, they threatened her with Jinora, to do something to Jinora. That was so unexpected for me, that this library spirit, you know, is helping Unalaq. You're in Unalaq's side? Don't you know what Unalaq is doing? He didn't know what the radio was, so clearly you don't know everything, and in fact you don't know a lot of things. It means that he doesn't know that Unalaq is doing that with the spirits, trying to release Vaatu. You can't want Vaatu to be released. That spirit who knows everything, in fact, he knows nothing and is stupid. He helped Unalaq. It's still shocking me. But okay, Unalaq captured Jinora, threatened to hurt Jinora. Cora opened the second portal. So now we just have to wait for the convergence moment for this fight to happen. But Cora came back into our world when Jinora is still blocked into it. I knew that it was not going to be good for Jinora to be into the spirit world. I wanted her to go because I wanted to prove to Tenzin that his kid can do it and that he has to stop to be jealous of his kid and to just be proud of her, and that she could prove him that she's so good at it and all. But I was scared for her because of the fact that Unalaq was right there and all, and she's just a kid. The fact that if you're not going into the spirit world through the portal, you don't have your bending, it's interesting. Maybe it can be important at some point, I don't know, but it's interesting. Because in fact, when you're going into the spirit world without the portal, it's your mind which is going into it, you know, without your body, so without your bending in a way. Do you understand what I mean? So the bending is more related to your body than to your soul, to your mind. It's an interesting thought. I need to think about it a little more. And I need to stop this review. I need to stop it. I can't be late for my appointment, really. It's killing me because I could talk about Iroh being back and how much it killed me during hours, but I can't. So it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now, bye. And maybe I'm gonna put the full reaction part for this episode on Patreon. Maybe, check the description. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.